Hey, it's Phila, and you're watching Phila TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm no cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. Anyways, it's the first week of spring. I'm taking a couple of days off of the 914 project to get a few things done in the yard. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you guys to turn up your speaker a little bit because I still haven't got that lapel microphone that everybody keeps suggesting. Anyways, we're rooting crepe myrtles from root cutting. So enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. It's the first weekend in spring here in Southern California, and it's in the mid-80s and blistering hot. What you're looking at here is my crepe myrtle. It's a pink tree that you can still see 100% dormant right now. And last year I did some experiments with air layering and got one successful tree, but we're going to try it again a little bit later in the segment. What I'm starting here is, we've got some jasmine growing in here, and we want to kind of fill it in. We cut this one back really far and we want to fill it in. So I've dug 3 holes there, or actually 4 holes there and 1 hole there. Okay, that's not the big deal, but what it is, there's so many roots from this crepe myrtle that last year I planted a couple and got some really nice root cuttings going, and they actually grew. So I was thinking about it, since I just dug these up, I'm going to try and save all the roots and plant some of these root cuttings and see if we can get them to propagate. Okay, here is the pot that I put my crepe myrtle cuttings in last year. Toward the end of summer and winter, they started to grow little shoots, and you can see the beginning of spring we're getting a little bit of growth here. Now let's go look at the one that I air layered. Okay, this was the one successful one that I had. A couple of them really didn't root too well, but this is an air layer. So, and you can see it's just starting to wake up. So let me show you what I did over here. There's the shot. Okay, so these are all the roots that I dug out of the dirt. I mean, there's tons of them. What you saw growing in that other pot started as something like that. So I'm going to let these things soak overnight, and then I'm going to pot these up, and all of them into little 1 gallons, and scatter them throughout the yard and see what happens come springtime. So these are all the root cuttings that we're going to be propagating that I dug up out of the front yard. Okay, so they've been soaking in water overnight. And what I do here is I take just little 1 gallon pots and mix up some soil, and I stash them here in these crates for a number of reasons. They get knocked all over the yard, they get dragged by the hose, and then also too, we have an issue with squirrels digging through here because they think they've lost some nuts or whatever it is squirrels are looking for. So I put them into these milk crates, and if I wanted to, I could always stack them, like this. And then with these pots, I find these trays, they throw these away at the local garden center, and these fit the 1 gallon pots, and they fit on top of the milk crates. So as you can see, as they start to sprout, I'll set one of these in there and put the pots on top rather than inside. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these root cuttings and see what's going on here. The most important thing is finding the direction that these were growing. As you can see, most likely the roots be growing down. So we're gonna just take a couple of these out and see. I don't really want to go with too small of ones, as the plant that comes out of it will also be small. But I bet you if we planted all of these, And what I'm looking for is I'm trying to find the bottom. Something that's not cut on either side. I just find I have the most luck with it. What I'm going to do with the rest of these little guys that are left, I'm going to group all of these together. I don't know if you can see. So I'm going to group all of these together, same thing, pointing in the correct directions. And these I'm going to make in a bigger pot, I'm going to make a bush where a lot of these different ones will grow together. These I'm going to try and make these turn into single trees. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get all these potted up, and then we'll take another look at it. Okay, then the one that's all grouped together is loosely tied with a twist tie. And enough these long so I can keep an eye on it. I was going to put it in a bigger pot, but for convenience reasons, I'm just going to put it into a small pot like the rest of them. Then I'm just going to go through and cut a couple of these that are a little long. I'm just going to cut them off so it doesn't dry out on the top. And I think that one I'm even going to stick in the dirt and see if it'll grow. And then I'm going to thoroughly soak everything. And I'm going to go stash these in the yard someplace. I don't want them to have full sun, but I want some sun exposure, so I'm going to put them in a place where in the afternoon it starts to get some shade. Now let's take a look at what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, and as a result, you have root cuttings that are actually sprouting. You see all that's all new growth. These were taken in midsummer the prior year. And you can see this one isn't growing anything, but you can see a couple of little brand new roots on it. So these I had growing in another pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these into nursery pots instead of into a decorative pot. And we'll let these continue to grow. But that's what we're looking for. Right there. Crepe Myrtle root cuttings. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and always stay tuned. I got all kinds of always fun plant projects going on. Thanks for watching, Phila TV.